Yes, Footy and Friends. How are you, Mackie boy? You well?
I'm good, mate.
Good to see you.
Up in the producer's chair.
Jeez, he's been good this morning, Brett.
He's sharp, on time, ready to go. I'm good, by the way.
You well?
Yeah, thanks, mate. Thanks for asking. I've had a big weekend. I went to Metallica.
Yeah. Well, babe, before we talk about that, shall we introduce our guest?
Well, that's where I was going with that.
Oh, okay. No, sorry. Yeah, story arcing.
Keep going.
I missed it.
You
know what? Go with yours.
Yeah, I went to Metallica on the weekend, and knowing who our next guest was, I was so excited to see him because he's a Metallica fan as well. I'm a music fan. And Richo was there. He was there. I had a photo. He got me into the place, actually. But our distinguished guest here today, Twomey. Massive music fan.
I was there.
He is.
Throwing the devilies. Were you throwing the devilies?
Yeah, well, I was in the mosh pit.
Oh, were you? Right at the
Yes.
front?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Hey, enter the Sandman or enter Twomey?
That's it. Well, we did hear that song.
It was good, wasn't it? Is that your favourite?
To be honest, my favourite was The Day That Never Comes. Okay. But
Obey Your Master?
yeah, that's right.
You know that call I made before about enter the Twomey?
Yeah.
That was sad but true.
Yeah, that is true. That was a good song too.
That's another song.
I want to know how many prawns and oysters did you have pre-show? Because I filled up.
Yeah, so did I.
So did you guys get a little,
little VIP.
Wow.
Yeah. Thank you to Marvel Stadium. But it was just a full meat off. Like I proteined up. There's sashimi. There was roast going on there.
Was there any
With
venison there?
No venison. I should have asked them if they needed some.
What's venison?
It's deer, isn't it?
It's deer. Yeah. I got a freezer full, but no, it wasn't anything event. I absolutely loved it, and had a sore neck yesterday morning when I woke up because
I was a couple of headbangers. Brett.
I was
Doing
headbanging,
a couple of headbangers.
playing the air drums, and
Was it going off up there?
yeah, there's like people all through our row. Well, myself, Richo, Newey, we were all just
So in your group, Richo, Newey, and
Myself,
yourself,
yeah.
You got the three there.
Yeah.
You're on the drums.
what? Yeah, I was
Newey's-
drums into
what's
Kirk
Newey's
Hammond as
doing?
well.
What's Newey? Newey's
So
on the.
he was singing.
He was singing, yeah. And Richo is.
the ultimate, just cool guy. He's just sort of
Yeah.
really just.
How cool does Richo look? Just the double denim.
Yeah, mate. For an older bloke, he's an old school rocker from the northern burbs.
That is so good.
But
Who
yeah,
else did you run into anyone else there at the concert?
Mickey Malloy. I was talking to Mick. He's a mad tiger.
Yeah.
Having a good chat with him.
The Tigers CEO was there.
Yeah, Big Dunny.
Shane Dunn was there in the function.
Yeah.
I was in and out of the function pretty quick to get a good spot downstairs.
Yeah.
But
True
I
music.
popped up a
True
couple
music
of times.
lover
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. Big Clemmy was upstairs. I reckon I saw a Clemmy.
Really?
Yeah.
Clemmy, just remind me who that is.
Michael Klim.
Oh, the swimmer.
swimmer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Clim dog. Hey, Mackie.
Yeah, mate.
Big show today. Obviously,
big.
Link's not here. And I will say before we get into this show, Cal, thank you so much for coming in because this is your time of year. Really.
It's good to be back, Dill, because the last time I was here, I was at Dylan Friends.
Yes.
I don't know what number, but
In
somewhere.
the 300s.
No one does.
In the 300s.
Somewhere.
Oh, no, I was
Still
two.
waiting for my
No, I was
hat.
three.
Then your career really took off from there, didn't it? You got- yeah.
That was the moment.
Yeah, that was
was the
really
moment.
so. No worries, that's fine.
No, it's good to be here, and next week draft time. So
Yeah.
looking forward to the draft and seeing how it all plays.
Is that your grand final?
I reckon it used to be. I reckon
Trade's taken over.
now
Trade's
sort of-
huge, isn't it?
Trade's grand final,
Yeah.
and maybe draft prelim. But you know, you like to win both games.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's fair.
You know, because I was thinking about this a while ago. Back in our day, Brett, Shifter Sheehan was the man,
The guru.
the guru,
Still
and
the guru.
still the guru.
Still
I didn't mean
legend.
any disrespect
Yeah.
whatsoever. Still a great guy. What was that show that used to be on? It was like TAC Cup Stars.
Future Stars.
Future Stars.
Yep.
If you were on Future
Well,
Stars,
I did a year of Future Stars. Last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a great show. Great show. Featured on it a few times myself. Brett,
Did ya?
you would have already been in the big leagues by then.
Yeah. There's a YouTube clip of me playing in the under 18s. We got smacked in the grand final. It was a wet day anyway.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, we'll get that up. It sounds.
Is that,
You
was
should-
that 2003 or something?
That would have been 03. Yeah. Quarter Cannons v Murray Bushrangers.
but the baton has been. Is there been an official baton passed from Shifter? Like I know he's the Don. I actually watched Godfather over the weekend. for the
Who's the
first
next
time.
in line, you reckon, to take that?
Well, mate,
that mantle?
he's just started being the Don.
Who? Cal?
Yeah, he's the Godfather.
Oh,
now.
you're taking over.
Oh, I didn't
Shifters.
say that.
Have
No,
you-
I've said this. I've said this. He's
taking
the
the throne.
Godfather. He's the Godfather of the draft and
Yeah.
everything that alike.
And Cal's the next. The heir to the throne.
Yes.
No, it's good to be here.
Anyway, let's get into it. But quickly before
Yeah,
we do,
let's-
so Link's away. I don't know if you listen religiously, Cal, because you got your own podcast, Gettable,
Yes.
which is going really well this year, hasn't it?
It's been a
good.
big 3 years.
Yep.
It's been a big 3 years. We had Max Sportsman on a couple of weeks ago, Sully Roby, who I'm sure we'll chat about very shortly.
Give us
We've
a
done
premise of
couple
Gettable, by the way, just for.
So
for
Gettable's
shows.
every week, every Wednesday on afl.com.au. Show with Riley Beveridge, trade, draft,
Yep.
everything in between. We have a few guests on through the year, weekly. It's I think we're doing 35 eps this year
Yep.
or so weeks. So it's more weeks than not.
It's a great name for a podcast too. I'm really annoyed I didn't think of it myself.
It's a good name.
It's a
Link in
great
the show
name.
notes.
Link in the show notes. Yeah, go check that out.
What's his just offline? Like, what do you charge per episode? Just because I've got to renegotiate my contract for next year with the boss. So I just want to.
Well, it's just part of the AFL family, so
Yeah.
we're on no charge.
Brett,
But,
yeah, exactly.
Oh, no charge.
There you go, Brett. There you go,
so you
Brett.
shouldn't have asked that question.
There you
I knew
go.
where I was going with it, but
You're a Gettable guest. You got a t-shirt.
I've cut.
you had a t-shirt?
No, I've got a tank top.
Oh, did you wear that to Metallica?
I should have, shouldn't I? And
He-
I got the tee, but I hacked the
You
sleeves
gymmed
and
it up, didn't
and
you?
now I gym it. Yeah. So
Before we get in, I want to just quickly touch on because Lincoln's not here, our producer. I've been
Yeah.
trying to get there for the last 20 minutes and we keep getting sidetracked. But we're going to do a special podcast on Trench Talk, our Patreon this week. Mac, I, and Link, we'll call him from
yep.
Hawaii.
Wherever he is.
He's
Yep.
in Hawaii at the moment. He's gone on a solo trip for a month. This guy, Link, he is special. He's a special man. He's over there. He's 23, 24, trying to find love. Like he's literally gone to try and find a girlfriend. Like he's
feel
not
like
a.
It wasn't about that, but it's
Become
sort of
that.
turned into
It's
that. hasn't it?
basically always was. I feel like in my own head, but he met a girl on the first day, and within 3 hours they were like taking photos like a couple, and then 3 days later they've now broken up. So we need to get to the bottom of what's happened, but we will.
How long has he been over there?
Like 5 days now.
Oh,
So he's been 2 days freshly. He was in a relationship longer than he was single in Hawaii.
Wow.
It was genuinely like touchdown
landed.
and then like was sending me photos and he's just like on a walk with this girl on the beach. I'm like, who the fuck is that? How have you met someone already? It was
Like random, man. Random. Anyway,
He
let's
gets
get
he
into
gets
it.
he gets friend zoned real quick.
real quickly. Real quickly.
Did you notice he's took his dad's jersey? If he's gone, the jersey goes with him. I was going to set up the studio. I couldn't find the jersey. And then I'm like, does anyone know where it is? And they said, oh, yeah, we saw Lincoln walking out with all the old jerseys. That's why we got the Giants one.
He's
hung up.
taken his dad's jerseys to Hawaii with him, has
I
he?
don't know. Maybe.
He doesn't trust you.
Doesn't
blokes.
trust me with them.
Let's get into it. Hey, Cal, how are we looking for this draft? I hate when the people say, oh, it's not. It's a bit of a shallow draft this year. I feel like people say that every year. What do you
last
think?
year they didn't.
No, I think the last couple of years we've seen like a star-studded first dozen, and the first dozen has really set itself apart from the rest of the draft. And this year, with respect, it probably isn't the same level of the top quality players. And you can see that by the fact that there's all these picks that have moved hands, and there's picks that are available this year. Carlton's pick 9, Carlton's pick 11, pick 15 from Gold Coast, Brisbane's pick 17. And they don't have a market for them. So you take us back last year or the year before, they would have been selling those picks off so easily.
So they couldn't trade them.
Well, at the moment, they haven't been able to, or at least for the value that they've come to expect over the past couple of years. So that to me tells a little bit of the story that it's not as strong a draft. In saying that, there will still be obviously good players at the top end and throughout. The other part that's the pointer to how clubs are viewing it is there's probably going to be a record low amount of picks this year. So it's somewhere between 55 and 60. If it gets to about that range, it's the lowest ever. Now, there's different ways to get onto a list than previously with SSP and mid-season and all that. But I think that shows where clubs' viewpoints are in this year's draft. And I think it's very even, really. I think it's going to be a weird draft in that some clubs will see a player's ranked in the top 10 to 12 and others will see that guy undraftable almost in terms of the variance. So, yeah, there's a wide variety of views and it'll be interesting, I think, rather than maybe as star-studded at the top end.
It's a great point. There's if you don't mind, I want to play this voice clip here. A good mate of mine, Reece Slate from South Australia, looked after a lot. He is obsessed with Tradies podcast. I'm sure he's a Gettable listener as well. But he sent in this question, and for me, it changed my whole perspective on trade draft around the value of picks and the value we put on the top 10 pick or wherever. And I'd love to get your opinion on this.
Mitch and Sam, just quickly, boys, I've been sitting on this one all year, and with the season starting to wrap up, I just want to go back to the start of the year when we were looking at some team previews and listening to what Mitch had to say around Essendon.
Yeah.
No, we weren't.
No, but Hawthorn were the second young. So
Not like this, though,
Essendon get younger.
But they had good talent coming through.
But what about
They had good
what about
talent.
these first round picks? Sardis into his third year. Zach Reid, fifth
Sardis
year.
into his third year. Sardis been playing VFL.
Yeah, but he's a top 5 or 6 pick.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter when they haven't shown anything.
He'll be first 22 this year.
Maybe, but based on what?
Now, after our last week's episode saying you'll be able to get Sardis for nothing for North Melbourne, I thought I'd go back and look at every single top 10 draft pick from 2010 to 2019, giving me a sample size of 100 players, just to see if this top 10 pick narrative really stacked up. So out of those 100 players in that period of time, the average games played has been 89. You've got 16 premiership winners, 21 All-Australians, 4 coming from father-sons or academies, and 1 Brownlow winner in Ollie Wines. From 2020 to 24, you've got Dacos and Ashcroft winning premierships, Dacos with the All-Australian, both of them father-sons, and recently Riley Thilford making his All-Australian debut this year. So I think it's about time that we drop the narrative that just because someone's a top 10 pick, it means they're going to magically be a good player in the system. You look at the Geelong model, get pick 6, trade it out for Bailey Smith, you get a proven quantity in, and he is now an All-Australian this year. This narrative on top 10 picks needs to go, but I'm here to keep receipts, boys. Have a good one.
How's the research from the general public these days?
That was a essay.
It was a bit longer than I
What was
remembered.
the pick,
Yeah,
what was pick 6 for Bailey Smith? I thought that was pick 17, but anyway.
maybe.
Maybe the research needs a little bit of work that you just pumped him up for. But that's okay. Bailey was coming off a knee.
That is true.
And he has then come, mate, he's proven to be a
His
good
value
player.
should have been.
Maybe it could have been pick 6.
Yes. No, sorry. He was pick 6. I think is maybe where he got confused. He was pick 6 at the Dogs.
He was.
Yeah. Moving on. I think the general consensus of that is these days with trade, as you said before, around the pick 15s and what's available, are clubs more looking at like actual players that have been performing at level versus going, pick 15 could be a good player? Has the juiciness gone of the draft is what I'm asking.
No, I don't think so. I think it's just it's year to year, player to player a little bit, but also, it's all about projection, isn't it, Lids? And you speak to the clubs and recruiters all the time about this guy and there's some examples this year, like for different reasons. Some players are dominating in their draft years and have dominated, but probably will slide down because we know what that player is going to be.
Yeah.
Whereas some of the guys who are maybe less exposed, then talk about Sully Roby. We'll get to him, I'm sure. But it's kind of benefited Sullivan Roby to only be a 6-month player, hasn't it? In some ways. He's come on.
What could he be? Everyone gets excited by it.
Yeah, and some players have been picked apart for 2.5 years now, maybe even 3 years. He hasn't had that. Yeah. Now, he's a good quality player regardless.
Yeah, you get overexposed, don't you?
You can, absolutely, especially if you're a bit more bigger frame and what's the scope versus the projection. So, look, I think that most clubs are at that point where you balance up, can he play for us now? But also, I agree that like there's an expectation on early picks. You have to be playing pretty quickly. Not many turn around after 3 or 4 years where they haven't played much.
I think a big part of it is, yes, the player when they're being drafted, and the recruiters play a huge part in that, the list manager obviously, but development at the club is massive.
Yes.
And that plays almost the biggest part in terms of your actual development coaches and how much the guys are developed, but your culture at the club as well and what the senior players give back to these younger players, who's actually setting the standard. That's where I think you see the best. And to judge these, like a large part of it, yes, falls on these young players. But I mean, you look at Essendon with Perkins, Cox, Reid probably the exception because he's had injuries. But those other two boys, like, is it development? Is it just them? I don't know. I mean, that's where you got to do all your work, don't you, as a recruiter / list manager, guy who's actually making the call. What are these kids like when you're bringing them in?
You're right. No, it's a great point. I think you're spot on. Like, you look at the classic case if there's Melbourne, like 2000 and early 2000s when like Scully, Trengrove, Tapscott, Gisberts, Watts, all these guys coming through. It's like if you don't have, and I, even to my own extent, not saying this is why it happened to me, but to my own extent at Carlton, when you go into a team that's struggling down the bottom, no one feels safe there. So they're not willing to then, senior players aren't going, I'm going to help these guys come through. And you're looking, that's sort of like North Melbourne, your West Coast. Like it's really important to get those senior guys that are like, hey, I want you to take my position, come through, let's do it.
Very hard when you haven't had success for a long period of time for those guys to say, well, hang on a second, I'm going to make you better to take my spot and I haven't tasted any success.
Yeah.
What am I going to do that?
And the numbers before from your mate about the top 10 picks, or most of those picks are going to clubs that aren't very good.
Exactly right.
And the two that have won premierships.
Yeah, I hate that guy, by the way. That's the worst point ever he made.
Yeah.
It's like Dakes and Ashcroft. Well, they're a bit different.
They should be at North Melbourne though.
Yeah.
And so should Darcy. Like North Melbourne have been near the bottom of the ladder if we had an even draft. Part of me loves a romance of father-son, but other parts of me said, well, it's not even. So it's like, well, I don't know where you sit on that, Cal.
Yeah, where do you sit on that? What do you like about the father-son?
No, I like the father-son and the academies as well. I just think it's been a long time coming where they have to pay fairer price and high value.
Yeah.
And that's now,
which is what is coming.
It's coming this year, but next year it's coming even more so, where it's going to even be probably even overs to get a really good father-son player.
Cool.
Yeah.
But,
so can you talk us through those changes? Because I've never been a big fan of like going, let's go get 20 picks in the 70s that no one cares about, and it adds up to certain points.
Well, that's changing this time around.
What's that changing to now?
Well, the point system for this year has been sort of leveled up so that the value of points is higher at the top end, and you have to matching a bit earlier is going to be harder, basically. Yep. And where Brisbane might have been able to match an Ashcroft bid with 4 picks in the 30s, this year Gold Coast will have to match bids, keeping a fair few of their picks rather than trading them all back and back and back. So that's been a change. But next year, the likelihood is that you're going to be only able to match an early bid with your first 2 picks.
Yep.
So it means for Cody Walker, example, at Carlton, they're going to need to carry in 2 very good picks to be able to match it with him if a bid comes to pick 1, 2, 3. So you have to come prepared. And also it means the capacity to get more than 1 is really, really difficult. Yeah. Whereas, Gold Coast a few years ago got 4. And, we saw Brisbane get Ashcroft and
Fletcher.
And Fletcher as well.
Yeah.
Imagine making the decision between
who we take.
There'll be a bit of that, yeah.
But you think about that with Fletcher and Ashcroft, like, imagine if you had to pick out of those two.
But at the time, I mean, you only take it at the time.
No, I'm just saying, imagine if that was this year and you had to pick out of those two. Like, I know Ashcroft is, 2-time normie, but there's something about Fletcher that I still think he's going to be the best out of all of them.
I think he's the captain there in the future. The other bit is it probably means that clubs will have to shed. If you want more multiple players, you have to shed a good player.
Yeah.
So it means then that's the evolution of the team sort of
evening up of the competition.
So do you think then it'll get to a stage in the draft where, for example, like that, say a club doesn't have that pick, would there be like players being able to be traded as well on draft night?
I
don't think it'll ever happen, but I'd love to see it happen.
That'd be awesome.
I'd love to see.
But that's total control from the club then, if they're able to do that. I mean, where does a player get called up on draft night and say, guess what, mate? You're out of there.
I mean, putting your management hat on, you'd have to have like a list where you'd say, okay, these players who are on this list have said pre-draft, we're open to do whatever you want to do.
Will Haywood, that sort of thing. Yeah.
The thing I'd like to do as well is that our players who are in that year's draft can be traded once on draft night. So let's say...
NBA style.
I had all these on Link's list, but we're sort of into it. So we'll skip the sting and we'll keep rolling.
Yeah, well...
Yeah, go sting it, and then we'll just keep going.
All right, this is my first day producing. Can you hear it?
Yep.
Yeah. Just realising we didn't need this sting. We were humming. That's okay.
Can't hear anything with these headphones on.
Oh, it's
Link's list.
It's no Enter Sandman, but it's our version. It's
Nothing else matters.
Back to nothing else matters.
Good song.
Back to your point. Sorry.
Well, I would like to be able to see a player drafted this year. So I'm trying to think of one at the top end. Cooper Duff-Tytler gets drafted by West Coast with pick 2.
Yep.
And then Essendon really wanted him, but on pick 2 and on the clock they couldn't get a deal done. But a pick later, Essendon go, stuff it. We'll throw in a future first round pick as well. So they give him pick 5, pick 6, and a future first. And West Coast go, actually, you know what? He's all yours.
Yeah.
We'll take those picks now.
That's sick.
But
then the emotion comes in.
But you can only do it once to a player. You can't have him like all night just swapping like stuff. Where am I going?
Yeah. It's like, you know that
head explode.
that
draft
game
like 4 hats.
when you play Christmas.
It's like Chris
Santa.
Kringle.
Chris Kringle.
Yeah.
Once you trade,
Yeah.
you can't then take it back, and that can't be picked again.
Yeah.
Exactly
So
right.
this is the Chris Kringle rule, really, we need to bring in.
Where do you expect to go? It's still staying on the draft, I assume.
We're everywhere.
We're everywhere. Yep. Where do you expect those bids to come for the Gold Coast boys, Zeke Ewell and Dylan Patterson?
Yeah, go.
Early. So I think West Coast is a good chance to pull the trigger on
Second.
at least one, if not two. So I think Zeke's probably the favourite to be the first bid.
Yep.
And then if not West Coast, then Richmond I think could pull the trigger on
Yep.
Dill Patterson. He's the perfect player. I mean, if he was in the open pool, if you could pick what play you'd want Richmond to grab after what they took last year, it's that pure pace. So those two around there. And then Harry Dean's right in the mix from anywhere from sort of 3 to 7 as
Yep.
a Carlton father-son.
Yep.
And Dan Annable, I think most likely it's left to Richmond to make that bid on the Brisbane Academy player. But yeah, 4 inside the top 7 or so. It's pretty stacked.
So Harry Dean, obviously Carlton will match that, and they've got the points there for it.
Yep.
But they're trying to get their pick in before.
Well, they're trying to do
hopeful.
They're trying to do different stuff. Like that's not going to happen. As much as they would like that to happen to pick 9 and they get a pick in before the bid, that's not going to be able to be done. Clubs just won't let that happen. But they're trying to trade out pick 9 either for a future first round pick or more picks later on. Again, like I said before, the market isn't there for that this year. So they're in a bit of a tricky spot, but they'll be fine. I mean, either way, they could just hold all together, match with pick 9, pick 11, then would get shifted back to about 17 or so, and then they'd pick up another first round player.
Who do you think, Cal, and this would be a massive call if you're happy to make it, and I think you would be, but who do you think would be the best money ball operator in the AFL? Like who's a list manager or a team of list managers that you go, fuck, these guys they're really thinking the way that you like to draft, or the strategy that they put behind it?
I mean, you can't deny the players that Brisbane's picked up, and that's an obvious answer, but in terms of their off-season acquisitions outside of draft. So draft, I feel like they built their whole package on the draft. They drafted basically from 2015-16 onwards, the McCluggage,
Like
Berry
Berry,
draft,
yeah.
then Starcevich and Bailey were great picks that no one really would have picked at that point, and onwards. But then the trade acquisitions that they've been able to do, in Lockie Neal, get him out of Perth to go to Queensland, Joe Danu, Victoria to go to Queensland, Charlie Cameron was South Australia to go to Queensland. Like, not many of these guys had Queensland links, so that's I think been pretty impressive.
And they weren't strong at that time when
Exactly.
they got it.
It wasn't a destination club, was
No,
it?
their ability to do that. I think with Hodgie going there probably helped a fair bit. Birch, yeah.
Mitch Golby.
Pardon?
What? Sorry. No, I agree. Who's the mate, like the list manager?
Dom Ambrosio.
Dom. So he was at Gold Coast.
Yes.
He's a great man, Dom. I really like him. Yeah. And handsome too.
And Steve Knoll's their recruiting manager.
You know Steve Knoll, he was at Oakley Chargers
was.
when I was a young man.
Talent
coming through.
manager
He's
there.
a great man, Steve.
And Leon Harris is another one who was my coach back in the under 16s
Is
and
Lethal
18s.
Leon up there as well? He was
Yeah.
the
Morky.
Vic Country coach, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
so there you
mate.
He's a great man.
He's
Leon.
one of the greats.
Well, shout out to them if they're listening.
Yeah,
Good on you.
I might
That's
have to flick it across to Mork and say, have a tune in. We've
How
spoken
was,
about
was he a bit of fire and brimstone here and there?
back in the old days.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
He didn't. He shot straight. Put it that way.
Yeah.
What was what's their go this year then, Brisbane? Like they've got the other.
They've got the academy boy, Dan Annable, so they're on the rich get richer.
Yeah.
And they've got some points they're going to mix around with, so they'll be fine. But they're trying to trade out 17 and 23. Don't know if they will or not. There's again not many clubs clamouring to get up the board in that part of the draft. But and then they've got a couple of picks later on. They've got some other academy kids later.
What you mentioned before as well around their picks bringing, like obviously Draper, great pick as a ruckman, but I think having Oscar Allan in, if they can get his body right,
Where does he fit?
Where does he fit?
Yeah.
It's a good question. He plays football.
Well, you said it's a great acquisition. So where does he fit?
Well, I nearly hadn't even finished talking before you attacked me. But
Well, no,
Guys,
because
come on,
you've made
come
an
on.
exclamation to say, well, he's the great pickup, great acquisition, but where does he play? Because you're going to hamper the development then of Logan Morris and Ty
You're not
Gallop.
gonna-
Yeah, short of a Gallop, you're
Wait,
pushing him out of his spot.
I think he'd push out Ty Gallop.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that, right? He's a young man. He's a premiership player. It's fine. Oscar Allan, there was a stage there where Oscar Allan was looking like he was going to be one of the best key forwards in the comp.
Looking like. Hasn't shown it yet. Has been there 8
Well, really,
years
it's a
and has
free-
played 80 games. Like,
It's a free swinger, really, isn't it?
It's an expensive free swing.
Yes.
Yeah. But look, 6-year deal.
That's a long time.
6-year deal at about 9 to 950.
Yep.
So hopefully he can get his body right.
Well, they've got a history of being
Sounds
pretty
like-
good
yeah.
up there with their.
That's been part of the sell to him and to Drake,
Yeah.
hasn't it?
Yeah.
Sounds like you two are both
No.
not on that.
Bit pessimistic about it.
Bit
No,
pessimistic
it's not,
about
mate. But I'm only doing that because it's like, well, I'd see the young players that have come in. Logan
Yeah.
Morris, I love as a player.
Oh, he's a
Gallup's
star.
come in and been able to be competitive and earn his stripes, but it's like, I don't know. Like, it's just unproven.
Look, Logan
With-
Morris has got Ty Gallup and Oscar Allen together. He said, boys, you're in my house. Okay? You're renting.
Yeah.
Ty,
Make it cash.
you've got the bedroom downstairs. It's got aircon. It's a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
Oscar Allen, you're upstairs. You got your own one. It's got a bit of an ensuite, but you're paying a bit more to stay there. So they're all in the same house, but there is a hierarchy at the moment.
And
But it is Logan's property. though. They are
Logan's got
paying
the
his-
master.
Yes, he's got the master.
yeah. Okay.
Makes sense?
Great analogy,
Yeah.
mate. Yeah.
I actually don't mind that.
Okay.
Have you used that before?
Never.
Well done, that was
He
good.
just thought of that on the spot, on the fly. I love
He's
that.
happy
On
with
the
it
dome.
too. Look at him.
Hey, I want to chat quickly before we get into this year's draft, like in depth, about 2025. I love looking back a year. What has been your biggest, I suppose, proven right, and then something that's maybe you've gone, oh, okay, that didn't work as well as I thought?
Ooh. For
For players or
as of like last year's draft.
yeah,
or something.
last year's draft.
And the easiest victory lap I'll ever make is I was a big Murphy Reed man. So
Yeah.
I rated him about 6 last year, I think, 5 or
Yep.
6 in my sort of personal rankings. And he got to 17.
Why do
So
you
with
think he
with
slid?
every game this year, I was just like ding ding ding.
Yeah.
But he slipped for a couple of reasons. People thought he was. Well, the question was how quick is he?
Yeah.
And also, can you be a bit smaller and an outside player
Yeah.
in inverted commas?
Yep.
He's turned out to be like that's just not been a drama for him.
His IQ's.
People underrated how smart he was,
Yeah.
and he's the best handballer I've ever seen come through the draft.
Really?
Like, his hands are just
Wow.
Someone said to me once he would have been a great wicket keeper.
Yeah.
and because he'd be up at the stumps and he's doing the stuff with his
Yeah.
hand. He's a gun. So he's my obvious one that I got right.
Yeah.
I don't think about the ones I got wrong. Deal.
No, you just move
Don't-
on.
Oh, I've got a
nice.
question about your Phantom draft.
Yeah.
When you get to like the end of the year, where it's like the pick, like the draft order's been set. When you're doing the draft, do you think like, or do you just do like based off the like top 20 best players, or do you go like, this player might be better than that one, however, who's got pick 6?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So,
Do you take into account what the clubs
Not
need?
a well-structured question, but you get what he means.
I hear
It's
you.
really bad. I'm sorry.
So
Mac, I got it.
we do our like Phantom Form guide, which is my rankings, and that's purely where I sort of see him with a little bit of club intel as well, shaping what the general view
Are they
is.
very open with their intel?
It's funny, like sometimes you get to like a couple months later. So let's say, I know we've mentioned him a couple of times, like Roby starts happening and everyone's like not talking about Roby because everyone thinks he's their guy. Like we've seen this guy, don't give him up, don't give him up, don't give him up. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, everyone was actually thinking he was their guy.
Yeah.
Do you have an example of one of those from the last few years?
I've got one, what if you want to think about it, because I was reading an article the other day about the Lockie Neal situation when Fremantle, he didn't go to the draft combine. He went to like the state combine, but the Freo team were like, do not talk to him at the draft. Like, don't go up to him, don't interview him, don't even show that we're interested in the player at all.
Yeah. There's a bit of that.
Yeah.
And because every club at the draft combine's looking at who's speaking to who as well, like in those sort of more relaxed or, conversations. So there's a bit of that. And so am I. Like I'm always
politics.
interested in that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's good, innit?
I found the other day, I was cleaning out my place and I found, my mum keeps everything.
Yep.
And I found my draft book.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it had like my times
With your interviews and things?
interviews and meetings and stuff. It was so funny.
It is funny because the kids get those and then the clubs sort of try and rearrange them and basically stack them together so they're not sitting around just twiddling their thumbs all day. But so you see like
Yeah,
someone's-
it might have been
all
scratched
that.
out and
Yeah.
written.
Can you do here?
Yeah.
Can't move you here. How many interviews did you have?
I had 2. Yeah,
Shit.
I had 2. Yeah, a few can. I think I had 2, and then like Essendon cancelled. So I think I had to have
But
one.
you were locked anyway.
I was locked anyway, but there wasn't much interest getting around. But I even thought then they probably weren't even keen, but maybe they were just trying to throw a ball around to make someone think they were going to do something. So they shouldn't have probably even had any.
That happens a bit.
Yeah.
How many
would
had?
you have?
Yeah.
3, 4.
Yeah, it's funny because the top picks don't have many at the combine. They kind of find it a bit boring.
I remember speaking to Kinnear Beatson about who was at the Lions at the time because he'd come up and visited me at home and I sort of got this good relationship with him and I was like, mate, I'm really stressed here because no one wants to meet with me. He goes, mate, you're going in the top 3. They're not going to waste their time.
You've only got a certain allocation.
Yeah, but because you're trying to be, I don't want to think like that's where I'm at. You start to stress. You say, well, maybe I'm not the most desirable player and no one wants to take me.
Back yourself in.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Believe in yourself.
Fair enough.
Terms. All right, let's one question, Ad. Would you ever want to go on the other side of the fence, like AFL list manager work? Have you ever been approached as well?
There's been a couple of things here and there, but not yet.
Not yet.
You like maybe one day.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe one day. I feel like we get an inside. You know, I'm similar in terms of the player manager. You get an insight into the people you speak to, and you learn different things and. The thrill of it would be fun.
Yeah.
That the challenge of trying to build something and beat somebody would be part of the addiction. I could say that.
Yeah.
And the people who do it love it, don't they?
Yeah.
These guys do it. They're like recruiting lifers.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying
I think you got to love it. Like you got to be really passionate about footy and watching footy and being entrenched in it to want to be list manager, recruiter, whatever it may be.
And they do hours. Like those guys. Most fans wouldn't know most of the recruiters out there or the time spent travelling around.
You go to a game and you see the guys on the deck chairs on the other side of the ground and they've got their little notepad and their packed lunch and whatever else.
Yeah.
They're the recruiters. So if you want to go and find out who they are and who they work for.
Just creeps. Either or. Some could be just a bit weird. It's funny though with the list management stuff. I think the hardest thing for me, because I love that space, but you have to be so patient in a period too. Like, you know, with the draft, you can pick, but then 2-3 years down the track, or you've got your eyes on someone, even trade stuff, and you have to wait a season. Like you think about the Zach Butter situation or Sam Draper like last year, and they're working on these things so much behind the scenes to see if something can eventuate.
Yeah, and eventually they get a call and it's like he's staying or going.
Yeah.
And all that work, all that time, all those presentations, you know, it'll either amounts to something and then there's the next bit after that to go and do the trade, or it's like, thanks but no thanks, he's staying. And you know what, like 95% of the best players stay, don't they?
Do you know what would be a really good podcast? I don't want to tell you, actually. You might do it. But what I think would be sick is imagine a podcast talking about all the trades that no one knows about that nearly happened. Because like even the one about you, not the Geelong one, the Bulldogs one, I never knew about that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's Wayne. I think what Cal's saying, what Cal's saying is that the best players usually stay, and it's very hard to drag them out. But you don't often see
it's interesting.
Like Ryan Griffin, perfect example, captain, but wanted to move on. But he was their best player at the Dogs at the time. It would be an interesting pod because but you'd need to have a great relationship and probably get managers on because they're the ones who
historic. You do players that have already passed, but the one that sticks out is the Nick Rewalt Collingwood one. Sure,
we tried to get him to the Tigers even.
There you go. Did you hear about how Eddie sent him? Like he was going on the plane, and Eddie Maguire knew that he was about to fly to Texas, and just as they're about to take off, so you have to turn your airplane mode on. He sent him this long message about saying, I know you're on the plane, you're about to take off, but here's something to think about for the next 18 hours on your flight. And
businessman, mate. That is business.
And
That's
I was
class.
like, that is fucking
You can't even
sick.
reply.
You can't reply. So he just sat there and he's just for 18 hours just like, fuck. Like, that's
Good
amazing.
power move.
Such a power move, isn't it?
Let's go Link's list.
Yeah, before we get into the draft,
Yeah.
I'll just rattle a few of these off. How
Go
this
on.
works, Cal, is that I'll ask a question and usually it's supposed to be a yes or no, or you can be passionate about it. And
We're normally just passionate.
there's never been a yes or no, ever. Everyone always gives their 2 cents, so feel free. So we'll start off AFL wildcard round. Got announced last night.
Oof.
Yes or no? Do you rate it or
What does that
not?
mean again?
So 7 to 10 in the week before finals, play for to
They
get
play
into
another
the
game.
finals.
No for me. I just don't think it's needed.
We've seen it at under 18, haven't we? I mean, it does.
It waters down what it actually means in the lead up, in my opinion. I think we're
It becomes a big thing for the top 6, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a natural advantage for them.
Definitely. But I also think we're getting into this society where it's like everyone's a winner. Let's, even though you're shit, you can still have a chance to make the wild card and then win your way through. I get the theatre and all that, and everyone wants it. It's like, it's great for the fans.
Yeah.
Fuck, come on.
Yeah, no, I don't like it. Like you work all year to make the top 8.
It will be big.
The only thing I like about it is it's sort of those like games at the end of the year that don't mean anything. There's not as many of those. Like, Carlton, St Kilda,
I feel
who's
like
13th and 15th. There's not many games like that that are going to be important because
they're still going to have
What if you are a 10th place team, right? And then you manage to win your way through. So then you finish higher up the ladder. Your list is actually 10th.
You're like, oh.
Yeah, but then you end up finishing and then you bow out in the next week. So then you go up a couple of spots in terms of draft. I mean, I know there's no tampering and all that sort of stuff. I get that side of things. But if you're not going to improve your list any more. You don't want to be where Richmond were for years in terms of that ninth man. And we were sitting in and around there. So you're always that middle of the pack sort of draft area.
Bloody dancing with your sister.
A little bit.
Yeah, I don't rate it.
So no for me?
No for me.
I want to see more. I want to see it.
Okay.
All right. Mid-season trading, yes or no?
No for me.
Oh, that was bang. Straight up.
What?
So this is against my sort of best interests, clearly.
Yeah, 100%.
Fuck?
Yeah, I just don't.
6'7".
I think
I don't know.
Still trying to work out where to put that.
We'll talk about that later.
Time off for that.
Yeah, that's not on. That's not the time.
Sorry. Continue.
do we have to continue?
Pause. He was about to really break it down. You've dropped a 6'7".
No,
Okay.
I just think I don't think it advantages. Well, it advantages the Victorian clubs by a fair way if we bring it in, because it's so much easier to relocate someone from Melbourne to Maribyrnong rather than Melbourne to South Australia overnight. So I don't love that aspect of it, and I think how many rules do we need for ruckman or key defenders? Those are the type of players that I think could only be used for.
Yeah.
Well, I just don't think we've got the money in the game, and people scoff at that and say, but it's always going to be the lower end salary boys that aren't. You're not trading your stars. The ones that are on 900 to $1 million, they're not the ones that are going to change clubs halfway through the year.
What if it was that? So
how's it going to get to that?
No. So I'm saying, just hypothetically, what if it was you could only trade players over a certain
salary?
Yeah, I mean,
but then you're getting into areas of what everyone's on.
But it's over 700 grand.
This is not on list.
No, but I want players' salaries public.
What?
I've always said that.
Why?
Because, mate, I was on 70 grand and I wanted people to stop bagging me out and be like, geez, they just feel sorry for me.
So what about the bloke?
Fuckwit that's on $1 million and he's playing shit as well.
But no one's going to use a mid-season trade if the only players you're allowed to trade is your star players. No one will do it.
Unless you got overs from a club desperate to get someone in the run to a final.
Yeah, so you could say
so Zach Merritt, right? He's at Essendon. So he can then, because he's over your threshold, he can then just go and change. But I just don't. What about Elijah Sardis then, who's at the other end probably, not in terms of pay scale, but opportunity. Can he then, because he's just under that threshold, sorry mate, you got to battle it out here.
Again, it was a hypothetical.
Oh, mate, I'm just picking holes in it. That's all. Like
I like it, but I actually do get your point. Is probably the one that's there.
I don't see it working.
It might only. I'm trying to think how you would. Maybe there's a relocation fee for interstate play. It makes it more enticing to do interstate.
A kid on 200K is not going to want to move to.
He would for an opportunity.
Perth.
He would for opportunity.
But it has to be. He'd have to go for a 3 or 4 year deal.
2 extra years or 3 extra years.
You can't just go for a 6 month.
No.
The AFL wants it and has been.
Of course they do, because trade period's massive for them.
Yeah, and that's the other part.
I'd do it.
I'm not sure I can do trade period twice a year.
I could. That's the only thing that excites me these days.
That and jumper numbers.
Yeah. Yes, for me.
Yeah.
Did you get a yes?
It's
or
a
you
no
want to
for
see
me.
more as well?
That's a no for me.
No for me.
No. Okay.
We've touched on it already. The father, son, and academy picks. Yep. Yes or no? We're all pretty yes for that, sort of.
Oh, this is my one. I like this one.
Should the draft age go up to 21?
I like this question.
No, absolutely not.
Okay. What do you think?
I can see. I can put a foot in both camps on this one. I can probably 6'7" it.
You've got to stop this.
6'7" it a bit. Yeah. Stop it, please. Do you know the only reason I like this idea? And shoot it down. But I think what would be really cool is it would give the VFL a bit of a resurgence in the sense that what's it called these days? Coach League and the VFL would sort of merge into one, and you'd have more development coming through. Each team has their alignment of players. You play through, everyone plays to 21, and that becomes like a 21 under 21.
I think they should have like all country clubs, seniors, reserves, and Coach League or a team.
So like Carlton would have,
but they all play against each. Like so, bring it all into one big pool versus having Coach League, Waffle, Sandful, under-18s, Colts, whatever you want to call it. Have your seniors, your reserves, and therefore, if you took it to 21, you've worked your way up through the. And if you're good enough at 18 to play senior footy,
do it.
You get elevated.
Yeah, that's not a bad call, bro.
There's merit in that. Yeah, there's too many good players in their first 3 years. Like the first 5-year players now, like the heart of the comp, aren't they? Really?
Well, that's what drives your excitement.
Yeah, and you can't stop people from playing. Is my opinion on that.
No, you're right. Maybe the point is,
do we get more years on the other end though? If you bring it up to 21, this is just arguing the point. Do we then get, so rather than retire him at 30 when everyone's like, 30, you're starting to get 1 year deals now, why don't we extend that out another 3 years then? Because you've got 3 more years of footy in you.
People are playing longer now anyway, which is...
They are, if you're a good player.
The 21 part for me, maybe it's like, I'd love to see the VFL or the state league comp, like Australia, Sandful, everything. I'd love to see that like around that 25, so it promotes guys to stay there longer and actually get the best out of them. Whereas I just don't think if you miss out on the draft, I know there's some guys like your Adam Marcons, Kane Lamberts, Tom Atkins, like these guys that are just fucking so headstrong that they stay there the whole time they do it. But I think we're missing out on a lot of others.
Yeah, I mean, it's plenty follow and go up to the country leagues, don't they, or chase the dollar. Whereas you're not getting that in the VFL or state league competitions.
Well, you're getting $250 a game to play in the VFL to try and hang on to your dream versus getting 900.
And that's why you do
1,000.
love the stories of success, isn't it?
They've had to toil, and that's
Talk myself out of it. I don't like it.
Bang. The thoughts on the priority pick, like West Coast getting an extra pick because they're struggling. Yes or no?
Well, look, I'm generally anti-priority pick. I think the AFL kind of had to do this one though because they'd given the North
what they'd done before.
Yeah. So West Coast's record was worse than what North's was in the previous 4 years.
Yep.
So
hands are tied.
Hands are tied on that one. In saying that, the priority pick was a way for them to get Brandon Starcevic. So they basically got Starcevic as part of this,
without diluting their Oscar Allan compensation.
Exactly. And then they get a couple of extra rookie picks, which they'll use on some experienced players. But
do you think this could tie into, though, the evenness of the draft by taking out father-son academies? Would that overall make the quality better?
Oh, it definitely would, wouldn't it?
Well, that's why it's...
So their point is, because of that, the way the draft has unfolded over the last 5-6 years, like they got Harley Reid at pick 1 and their next pick as the bottom worst team was pick 30, Archer Reid.
That's ridiculous.
So, like, how are you meant to generate more early picks or generate a young quality group when your picks are just getting bumped back? So that's their point. And also, like, you look at what Tassie is going to be coming in against as well. Now, they'll be able to bid, and the new bidding system will change this around a little bit. But Tassie's point throughout their lobbying for rules has been, well, go back to when Giants and Gold Coast came into the competition. There wasn't NGAs. I think in one of their groups, I can't remember which one it is. Let's say it was Gold Coast. I think there was like 2 players in the first 25 that had bids on it. I think it was like Mitch Wallace and some other one. I can't remember. But like put it in this year's draft, if Tassie were in this year, well, there'd be 10 in the first 30 players that they would have otherwise had no limits to or no access to. So, yeah, I get the point from them. And that's why West Coast, I think, probably do.
Well, they got it. But overall, I think we could get rid of the priority pick if we don't have all these other issues with our draft.
What I also think should happen in some sense with these clubs, and we spoke about this earlier, and this might seem harsh, but for the clubs that aren't getting better, there should be like an AFL audit on their development and systems and processes of seeing how players come through. Like, what's the point of giving more priority picks if they're not developing players any better? They're just going to end up in the same position. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm big on, I'm not sure if you'd be the same, but if your club's in a position where you are West Coast, for instance, like, go over the tax. Spend as much money as you can.
You're a wealthy club.
You're a wealthy club. It's going to make no impact into your bottom line. Go and put on an extra couple of recruiters, put on 3 extra development staff, put on an extra 2 assistant coaches, and beef out that way. So
good point.
Your coach to player ratio is the best in the competition at this point of your development.
You know what I'd be doing if I was West Coast right now? Exactly like what you said with that. I'd be going to Geelong, getting they're
Hey, Nigel
lapping.
Lappin, we'll
Yeah.
pay you $800,000 to
Yeah.
come and do this role for us.
Yeah.
You know, you've proven to be the best.
Yeah, I'd be getting that team. They're like all those ones like Dylan Addison from the Giants, players that like genuinely love. Like it's not when you're in the four walls, you know who they are. Go pay the money and get them and bring them to West Coast, and you won't have anyone leaving. Like that's how it works. Get Wortho from Geelong as well. Get them all down there.
Your man,
Wortho.
is he? Wortho?
I love Wortho. Pay him 500.
Talking about that grand final in the wet that day back in 2003, where they was playing.
But that's what they should be doing, right?
Yes, I'm with you.
Let's
Wow, we've a lot of analytical chat today.
you
This,
guys-
this is actually real footy.
I know.
I actually,
Is this
I actually
proper
love.
footy? Yeah.
I love this side
Yes,
of footy.
this is
Like
good.
I actually really like this side of footy.
Well,
Really.
I'm gonna throw one in that is. I'll have to take a bit of context for Cal. We do every guest. You got to tell your first kiss story.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember your first kiss and the story behind it?
What? No, we
Yeah.
do our first kiss story. We really do. I'm not
Deals
joking.
was
we
with the
had
shower
Dwayne
screen.
Russell tell us his.
No, it's impossible for me to follow Dwayne Russell. So
You've got it. It's just anything. So mine was.
We
I
just
used to
need
kiss
like
my
a rough
shower. I used to make out
age.
with my shower. But I was in grade 5.
didn't
It
think
was
you were
at
coming
the-
into this, did
No,
you?
it was at the school.
when you said it
fete.
was a bit looser on Saturday,
It's at the school fete. Mine was at the school fete. I still think about it a bit. It was raining, and if I didn't kiss her, someone else was going to, so I had to go.
Yeah.
Do you remember yours?
I mean, I do, but I'm not going
Yeah.
there on this show.
Like it's your first pick.
Yeah, exactly.
Was that what it was? Just a peck?
Doesn't kiss
how,
and
how
tell.
old were you?
Old enough.
Gentlemen.
Nahas was 18.
I wasn't 18. No.
I was 11. My first open mouth pash.
Yeah, I was
My mum
13.
couldn't believe it.
I was 13.
There you go.
Not throwing an age.
No.
I respect it.
All right.
I'm disappointed, but I respect it.
well, that's
You're going to link areas here.
each of their own. Okay.
All right, we're getting into the draft.
Last thing I want to talk about Tasmania. What do you think's happening with Tassie in terms of the draft like stuff? Do you know what they're going to get yet?
Yeah,
Is
that's out there. Yeah,
What is it?
a lot.
Okay.
A lot. No, they're getting heaps of stuff, and they're in a good position.
Okay.
Yeah, so they'll start.
How many of the top 10s, or like, do they? What about players signing on and stuff? They got $2 million worth of that, don't they? Something like
They got 5 million, don't they? Over 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, they can split it over 2 years, 5 million as sign-on bonuses.
that. Wow.
You know
You're
those
going after Nick
VFL.
Dacos, aren't you?
They're going. Nick
I
Davis.
mean, he has to be the number one, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Has to be, and they can split that up any which way they want. So
Yeah.
you could say he's
He's a lump sum straight up.
25 million over the next 12 years, plus another 3 for your first year. Getting
Do you reckon
$5
that's
million
why
bucks.
Harley Reid held off on signing a long termer as well?
I think Harley Reid just
It's different, I reckon.
didn't want to sign on long term because he wasn't ready to make that decision.
Yeah, fair enough.
In terms of like what his next 10 years was going to be.
What
Give us
was your
your-
thoughts on his latest comments? Did you read those?
Reality, wasn't it?
Well, it is reality, but I mean, do you put it out there? Like that, that's the.
He's
an honest kid.
He is. It's just Harley.
Yeah.
What did he say?
He just said, "Oh, it wasn't the right time to go.
You gotta do your time."
You got to do your time."
That's good. That's actually a really good call.
I think
like
in saying that, he's also giving West Coast time to be better. It's like I'm giving him 5 years.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's on, and I appreciate the honesty to just say, well, you're on notice, but everyone else, their conversation's going to be had in 5 years' time.
I mean, he got some offers that were extraordinary.
Oh, extraordinary.
Extraordinary money.
Who would be your top 5 players if you were Tassie? You'd go after in that $5 million over 2 years.
Nick would be the one.
Darcy?
Sam Darcy. Caleb Sarong's out of contract that year.
Will Day's out of contract that
Will
year.
Day's out of contract that
Oh.
year. Absolutely, he's a free agent.
Brett wants some of that cha-ching.
Would you go after Will Ashcroft?
What about Jasper
Could you
Fletcher?
could you tempt both the Ashcrofts as a package deal?
Oof. What about
They
Fletcher?
might have won 3 premierships playing.
Yeah,
Yep.
every chance.
Gallop.
Ty Gallup? Yeah, well, he won't
Oscar
be playing because Oscar Allen will be there.
Jai
yeah.
Farah, probably drag him out of the Suns.
Shut the
Would
fuck
you?
up. I like Jai Farah. These blokes, they get into me about it.
Just re-signed.
He's a good player. He's a good player.
Talking
that-
about it like he was in the top 5 in the draft.
Do you know what's interesting about these is you look at the way Gold Coast and Giants did it, I know different in the way, but a really good signing that has proven to be a great one was Cal Ward. And at that point was only, it was his second year?
Fourth year.
Fourth year, was it? Fourth year, but yeah.
It
playing in a good
wasn't
team.
overly proven, was
No.
it? Like they went a different
I
route.
think he played 60 games. I've looked this up because I thought the same. I thought it was only in his second or third, but it was
Yeah.
actually his fourth, and he played 60-odd games.
Yeah.
The money was just
It's
extraordinary.
extraordinary.
wasn't
He was getting base and match, basically, to stay at the Dogs versus going to 8 or 900.
You know, it's fun. I think we spoke about this at the funniest interview because we know Cal and he's just One of the best blokes.
You
of
play
all
at the
time.
Giants?
I was working up there for a bit, yeah. Cal, that's not
Working
funny.
up there.
He started a podcast up there.
That's not funny. Sorry, that's okay. It happens. Actually, I just lost my train of thought.
6'7", mate.
Okay,
Just 6'7".
No, yeah, moving on. All right, let's get into the draft.
we need to get into the draft. Holy fuck.
Cal Ward. Nah, fuck it, mate. It's a shit story. You've saved me from a shit story anyway. Let's go through the draft.
I'll shoot a couple of questions at you.
Yeah.
Pick one. Willem Dersma seems like he's the number one.
I think so.
Player.
Yeah.
His body of work has been, since the under-16s, we've been
It's 3 years worth, isn't it?
knowing who this kid is.
Plays halfback, midfield, wing. Yeah, anywhere he wants. I've been saying all years.
193?
Wants to be
Goddard
Bond.
type. And he wants to be Bond. He wouldn't know who Brendan Goddard was probably.
No.
So it's fair enough.
Well, from a similar area, but
yeah.
should do his
Does he remind you of Brendan Goddard?
A little bit. I don't know. He's probably a bit quicker than Beach.
He's a fellow Caulfield grammarian of you and I.
Don't put me in that basket.
You know.
Yeah, you didn't go to school, did he? Big Red? He was meant to.
No, well.
I was there for 3 days.
No, I don't think it was 3. I reckon it was 1. I've got an old maths teacher. I won't say his name, but just in case he doesn't want to be named. But his job was to look after Brett on his day at Caulfield Grammar. And then he tells this story and he says, so it all went well, you know. Brett's got his new uniform and all that. And he's walking around, his number 1 pick, blah, blah, blah. And then the next day they called up, like, are you coming in? And no, I'm not coming in. This is day 2 of Caulfield Grammar.
Let him know.
I'm not coming in like today. No, I'm never coming back.
That was main
never came
training
back.
that day. I did go back for 1 day after that because I went to the assembly the first day in that big sports hall and sweated up a storm in the grey.
You blazer?
No, I had the grey
socks.
Grey socks with the old. I had Andy Walker's Doc Martens on because he gave me all his stuff, and then the big sweat patches on it. I was just like, oh Christ, I cannot be here with this. Lasted through that, took off, came back for the next day, and then they were rattling through all the stuff we are going to have to do. And I was just like, I'm going to have footy in and around this. Am I going to get any lean? Nope, you have to get it all done. Righto, that's it, I'm out.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So
That's a good story.
but I had a teacher come in and teach me at the footy club instead. So I still completed it, but it was just not at Caulfield Grammar.
Yeah, very good.
shame.
Shout out Baz Rollings, though, for sorting me out on that one.
The man. Yeah, so Durs is the guy, and he's got some presence about him too. Cooper Duff Title is probably the next in the open draft.
Yep.
So he's the big ruckman from the Calder Cannons, sort of Luke Jackson-ish, TDK-ish.
It depends which way they want to go. Do they want to get him in? He's not so much a ruck, more so potential a forward, in my opinion. Or do they go 2 gun mids? So therefore, does like someone like Dyson Sharp, Sullivan Roby come into the consideration there at pick 2?
And they help straight away, don't they? And that's Cooper Duff Title is probably not going to help as much next year for Minnie and Harley and all that midfield group. I think Cooper's the favourite. He's probably been the favourite for a while. And they're hard to get, big, good tools. So there isn't, I don't know who the next one is who's available this year.
I wouldn't be, just if I'm West Coast, and you guys might disagree with this, I would not be taking a first-year ruckman in my 1, 4 and 5.
He's better than that, though.
Cruiser was the last at pick 1.
At 1, yeah. And Nick Nat was
Nick
2.
Nat pick 2.
Yeah, I just don't, I would not be, they take 4 or 5 years to become
This
good
guy
players.
plays forward. They need forwards as well.
Okay.
He kicked
I trust you over me, but do you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
It's
Make
just-
a valid point.
that's
I
the
think
debate,
100%. I think the next available will be like Krasnodar Dansky's probably another Max Sports client who's come on late in the year, like Sullivan Roby. But then
Special
Louis
K.
Emmett's probably another one who's down the track. Hasn't probably had the year that he would have liked, but
Schubert.
Schubert's another one. But yeah, I think with those boys, Yuland, Patterson, Annabelle, and Dean as well. Like he could easily be bid on up there in the point end. He's a gun.
He's a gun, yeah. We call him the teacher because he marks everything. He's a guy.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's not as good as the Wizard or the Viking, but
Oh,
I think
actually-
that's pretty cool. Teach.
I came up with that.
No,
That was good.
you trying to claim it?
That's what I call Connor Mark. So you know
Oh,
Connor
really?
Mark O'Sullivan. You know Connor O'Sullivan?
yeah,
Call him Mark.
right.
So he
Nice,
marks everything.
nice.
No, because he fucked it up and he thought it was Mark O'Connor from Ireland.
That's not true.
That is so
That's
true.
actually 100%.
That is not true.
That is so true.
West Coast got that number 1.
Irish, Connor O'Sullivan.
Connor. West Coast have 1, 4, 5, 12, 18, 21. So that's a great draft for them, hand. I know in the draft that's not there. Do they take those all in the 20 picks?
Is that their draft order?
Mac, is that their draft order? It's on the run
No,
sheet.
that's not their draft order. Is that their numbers available?
Oh, that's in.
That's their jersey numbers
Sorry.
because you asked me to line them up. I just knew that we're not talking jerseys today.
Okay, good. Okay, don't worry about that. Moving on. All right, so Willem Dersma, number 1. That's fantastic.
I think so. And then it gets into the Richmond picks and like, what do you need at the Tigers?
I was hoping you had their picks there as well.
They might line
I
up.
say play and I said
Yeah, I didn't read it. I didn't read
Incredible
it.
playing numbers available, and you've read it out as draft order.
I didn't read it.
I was like, have I missed the trade?
Oh, you clown.
What do you reckon the Tigers need?
What do I think?
Yeah.
Speed. I think that what I picture them doing is another. If Roby's that guy, I think they'd really like to get him in. Patterson, obviously, they'll bid on. I think as that halfback, but then I think Xavier Taylor's the ready-made replacement. Not so much straight away, but Tig Voston when he retires,
He's a gun. Xavier
they're
Taylor.
very similar in the way they play from watching and playing with Tig over the journey. But I think that's the way they potentially would go.
Yeah, and the same players are in the mix for the Bombers at their picks too. So Roby, Taylor,
Sharp.
Dyson Sharp as a midfielder. Their midfield had some depth, Essendon, but it doesn't at the moment. And then their best midfielder probably wants to go again in 12 months. So you're going to have to be preparing for that. So Sharp's there. Sam Cumming from South Australia as well, who I really like, is around that part of the draft as well. So I think Roby would be perfect for him if he got through. And then there's the Melbourne picks. So similarly, I think they're sort of sitting back and waiting to see what gets through out of that top bunch. It's a weird draft, isn't it? It's sort of 2-2-2-2.
So remind me, what's this tied to North Melbourne pick 4?
So that was the deal that was done on draft night last year.
Oh, that was a
Young Whitlock.
Whitlock, yeah.
That
Clearly North Melbourne thought they were going to be better than what they ended up being this year.
that's a bit of a fuck up,
Well, it depends how Whitlock develops.
of course.
You can judge this in 5 years' time.
No, I agree. But just in terms of the short term, looking at it, like,
But how many more kids does North Melbourne need? Like, and at the end of the day, like they
rather-
went needs basis.
would you rather at the moment have pick 4 in this year's draft or have?
Well, pick 4 will become pick 8, probably after the bids,
Yeah, okay.
live picks. Is that a difference or not? I don't know. But
We'll see.
and where Whitlock fits in this year's draft, maybe somewhere around the sort of first 15. So it's look. I
Watch
get
this
this debate.
space,
This is why we love
Let
the live
it
trade in the
let it
middle.
play out.
But I'd
5
like to
years,
see
5
him
years.
give some time.
Okay, cool. So 2 West Coast, 2 Richmond, then we have 2
Bombers
Essendon.
and then two Melbourne. And
Wow.
then
Any smokies you think, like, because GWS notoriously pick outside where everyone else sort of expects them to go.
Caruso.
Where do you think our mate
Wax on,
Adrian's
wax
going to
off.
go?
Mr. Russo. Do you like that one?
you Cobra Kai, man.
Yeah.
I think, Latrell Pickett's probably a smoky that gets
Yeah.
raised a little bit with them, and they've done their work on him. So he's the cousin of Cozzy.
Yeah.
Wow.
20-year-old as well. And
They love small, zippy forwards, don't
yeah, and they're without Dust.
they?
Like myself.
The exception to the rule over here.
They got me late in the rookie draft. Pick 15 in the rookie draft, actually.
paved the
First
way.
rounder in the rookie draft.
Yeah, good.
Love the rookie draft. Darcy Jones is out all next year, and everyone sort of forgets
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So they were down a small forward, so he'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
I think he's a chance. Not saying he's a lock. Oscar Taylor's come from the clouds as well,
Yeah.
and has got giant written all over him.
Yeah.
Runner, speed, off half back. So he's a good player.
Where does Lockie Doveston fit into, or Doveston?
It is Doveston. Doveston sounds better, but Doveston is how he pronounces it. I think he's the best pure small forward in it. 50 plus. He's got some wizardess about him.
Yeah.
Like he loves that sort of the celebration and the fine mullet.
the
and all
little
that.
mullet, yeah.
Yeah. He's somewhere between sort of 10 and 18, I reckon.
Yep.
I like him. He kicked 50 plus goals. You do that, you're not doing it off chance, are you?
No.
He knows how to
Shoots
find
his
him.
shot, that's for sure.
loves
He's like
it.
a little small forward, mate. They don't pass many of them off.
Nah, he loves it.
Is he? Because Wizard is from Rangers as well,
Yeah,
isn't
yeah.
he? So that's
He wanted his number too. I think Easton probably saved him from
yeah. You want to create your own.
create your own journey.
What, now, this guy, Sam
Grill.
Grill.
I saved you there.
Yeah,
it's going to be one.
What would you have said?
Grillage. I would have said Grillage.
Yeah, the Sizzler Grill we call him.
Yeah.
You don't know what you've just done for him there, Cal.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Barlow would have just let him. He's like, shh, let him go.
Grillage. Grill. Yeah, so
He's in the mix for the Tigers. So like if they want to
100%.
go, if they want to go a bit more speed early on, he's probably the guy who does have it. I think he runs 2.92 over 20 and broke 6 minutes for this for the 2K. So good.
Wants to be Zach Butters, I reckon. Like, in there's comparisons with him, I really like this kid.
He loves the sort of hunched shoulder run, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He just takes the ball under his arm and goes for it. So yeah, he's a good player and he's in that mix. The Grill. It's going to spin a few though, isn't it? That surname.
Yep.
By Val.
really, it will. As you said though, with this draft, it's quite fascinating. Like the teams that have the picks.
I'm hoping that makes it easier to work out who's going where for the
You'd
Phantom
think
draft.
so, though, wouldn't you? Yeah.
Well, the nightmare scenario for Phantom draft is like West Coast Richmond, West Coast Richmond, Essendon Melbourne, because then there's all the cat and mouse about who's getting to get through.
Yes.
I'm hoping in this case it's a little bit easier because that is the nightmare scenario.
Okay, I'm going to read out your Phantom draft.
The Noah's Ark draft, the 2x2x2x2.
He's
like
good. He's fucking good.
He's stepping a little bit on my sort of material, but he's doing a great job at it.
What do you have for it?
No, I couldn't work it out that quick. I'm going to go just quickly. So you got Willem Dersmer at 1. So
This is my rankings.
This is your rankings, but I'm assuming it's got the clubs with bidding in it.
No. Doesn't. These are just how I rate
your
it.
top. This is just your okay.
Yep.
Okay, Willem Dersmer, Zeke Euland,
Zeke the Freak.
brother of Bodie.
Yep.
Bodie. Did you ever see the movie the
Point Break.
Point Break?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Bodie. Cooper Duff Tyler,
Yep.
Dylan Patterson, Daniel Annable.
Annabelle Lecter.
Yep, good. Sullivan Roby,
Yeah.
Xavier Taylor,
Mate,
Harry Dean, Dyson Sharp, Sam Cumming. Brett, anything in there for you?
yep, Sullivan Roby, good player.
No, but do you reckon anything else? Missing anything?
In that mix,
Yeah.
Dyson Sharp's the one for me that I'm not sure where he fits in the whole. Like he's a bigger bodied mid. At 16, you would have said, yeah, this kid's one of the best young players, but speed, question mark for me. I don't know where he fits in that top 10, but
I like that he can go forward.
yeah.
He can kick goals and not just be inside mid.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's the question, isn't it?
Well, I mean, it's someone I think will like a ready-made midfielder who can come in and potentially play some 18 games next year, you know, but that's still to be proven. But it's it's tricky with all those other but with those academy players and that sort of thing. It's not you haven't got fresh access to everyone. So
Rising Star 2026 doesn't have to be from this draft, obviously. Who are you going?
I can't think of who's eligible from last year, but I'll go with Zeke the Freak. I think he's the Errol Gordon of this year. It'd be tough for him to. I mean, he's stepping into a good team. That's the only thing. But
that can be better sometimes.
It can be, and he can play up half back. Can play on the wing.
Because his brother's thick.
He's not.
He's not as thick.
No, he's Errol.
Yeah,
that's
really?
the guy. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I can't see him stepping into that team.
It's hard.
Yeah.
So potential rising star, but getting in there like Petrarca, they've got a fair few coming through.
Well, he's not going to play. He won't play starting mid, but
be
on
on
the
a wing?
periphery, he could. I suppose they are looking for that role, but then do you play a young kid first year out on the wing when you know you just got to cover Ks and you're not getting as much of the footy when you're out there because you're a role player essentially on the wing?
Lawler could win it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Geez, Gold Coast are going to be good next year.
They should be, shouldn't they?
Footy in Queensland is good. All right, finish up because you've been extremely generous with your time.
Hey, Faffers, it's Mac here. As I was editing today's podcast, I realised we didn't even actually introduce what our top fives are for this week. So the top fives you're about to hear is the top 5 number 1 picks in the last 20 years. Enjoy. We'll spin through it like rapid fire. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody get ready because it's time for top 5s. Top 5s. I hate doing the stings when
Top
we got
5.
guests
Do
in.
you need me to break down what top 5 is?
I've got you.
Yeah, you understand it.
Are we starting at 1 or 5 is the best one?
5, no, count down. So
Count
Five,
down.
five,
Start at 5 to 1. And today you're just doing it because you're the master at this, but we'll help guide
okay.
you. Think of us as, when you go bowling,
Yeah.
we're like the,
We're phone a friend.
yeah.
Right, I'll go with, I've got my top 3, so I'm trying to think of who the next 2 would be.
Don't
Start from 1 then.
Don't.
Stuff.
No,
No, you want to work your way in.
You want to get excited. Who's it going
But
to
he's
be?
got his top three, so I was just going to make it easier.
All right, well, we're going to go top threes today. We'll
No,
start
no.
at 3.
Start at 3. All right. At number 3, I'll put Brendan Goddard.
Wow. I'm just writing these down. For my,
At number 2,
Yep.
I'll put Nick Rewalt. And
Number one's obvious, I think.
number 1's Luke Hodge.
Yeah.
oh, yeah. Okay.
Has
Makes
to be
sense.
Luke Hodge,
Yep.
I think.
Geez, they're
And Brett Delidio is number 4.
Dill, you can have 5. Who do you
I'm
want
going
to
to
put
have 5.
Cooney won a Brownlow.
Yeah.
Bryce Gibbs, Mark Murphy played 300.
Who else are we missing in the 10s? Swallow. Boyd won his team premiership, but
Whitfield.
I'm
tapped
going to
out.
say Whitfield was one I was thinking of, but he just needs to.
Paddy. Wiedering's a good player,
Wiedering.
obviously.
Solid, but
McGrath. Rayner's been a great contributor recently.
Yeah, the last few years he's fired up.
Walshy.
Well, she can get there.
Walshy could be in
It
that.
makes you think-
Rails won a Brownlow.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Rouse
But-
on Brownlow.
Small sample size
Yeah.
yet so far. Hard for
does-
me to comment.
Yeah, it is. Oh, you're in the WhatsApp group with the.
Yeah.
The number 1, boys.
No, Brett, you'd definitely be there. You'd be number 4.
I've actually had an idea for ages that there should be a piece of content getting all the number 1s together.
And talking about it and the stress of
Just
it.
like, like this. That
Hodgie can go by himself. Though.
That
Fuck off,
Simpsons
Hodgie.
episode where they get all the old Simpsons together.
Yeah.
Like all the
Oh, you're talking to the right
Simpsons
guy.
men.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Brett.
That's
likes
right.
it.
Brett fucking loves the Simpsons.
You get out the middle.
I know what you're talking about here with the Simpsons.
Brett, who would you slap up with if you went and had a chat with them? Who would be your first go-to?
Well, I've worked with
Oh, yeah,
Murph and I worked with BJ a fair bit. I know Rui pretty well.
Lawler, because he's Richmond.
Is this Sammy? Yeah. Watch this space for a potential jumper number change for Sammy Law this year. I reckon.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
Would Koch be there, you reckon?
is he taking 4?
I don't know. Just
No,
said
he
watch this
100%
space.
will be taken 4. I can tell you now.
Yeah.
I can tell you now.
Koch wasn't pick 1. If Koch was in pick
I got
2.
him! I got him! Woo!
So no, Koch wouldn't be there.
Okay, it's all right.
Cruiser.
Matty Cruiser would be there. Yeah.
I got him, Mac. You see him? I got him. All right, let's finish up, guys. Hey,
fuck
Cal,
hell.
have you enjoyed the
I have.
It's a
Hey,
bit.
do you want to just quickly hear the power rankings
Yeah,
from,
just wrap
go
from
for it,
last
go
week?
for it.
This is the Richard Rewashachino from last week. 1,000 was Melbourne's weather. 7 Dill, your shithouse last week.
Yep, apologies.
6 Nahas. 5 the Dodgers pitcher, Yamamoto. So we just got him in there after a great performance in the World
very
Series. 4 Mac, 3 me, yours truly. 2 Link, 1 Mick. This week, 1,000 Melbourne weather. You're still shit.
Yeah, hasn't been great, has it?
7 Link, you've left us, mate, in the lurch with the last couple of games to go. 6 Mick, no reason for you not to be here, mate.
Yeah.
You told us on air that you haven't got that much to do and you still can't get
Yeah,
it.
that's true.
5 Link's girlfriend. Over there in
Ex-girlfriend.
ex-girlfriend. 4 Mackie Boy.
Yeah, I know
3, you know who that is.
Yourself.
2, Cal, thanks for coming, mate. You've been impressive today. This is the most footy we've ever spoken about.
I really enjoyed today.
And
No,
analysis.
thanks. I don't want you to think well, not that you would, but I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. And our fearless leader at number 1.
Well done, Dill.
I got number 1. Whoa.
7 to 1, mate. Well done.
What did I?
Nothing. But
On time.
It's more a victim of circumstance, really. Yeah. Stamps. Fuck, we've got to get.
and your 6-7s, mate. We're all over the joint.
You missed the chance. You could have done there 6 and 7. You had another opportunity.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Oh, yes.
At 6 and 7, I've got
Dill's
Dill.
just in between them.
Do you? Not to put you on spot now, but we are doing an episode after the draft. So I would say you are the, you're the godfather of sort of the draft and the trade period and whatnot. But I am the godfather of numbers selection for players.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's something that
And the jumper numbers.
It's very important to us.
very passionate about, and
Yeah.
there actually is a
Worst episode of the year.
method to sort of get to. So if you want to be a part of that,
Don't.
let me know. What we do is we go through every team, and I even give the opinion, like your draft as well, like best case, this is what I'd be doing.
It's your trade period. It's,
Yeah, right.
that's- It's his number.
It's and Max.
I love that as well. I mean,
I'm the Shifter Sheehan, and he's the Caltoon.
I don't want to like name drop, but we had a bit of say for Mac Andrew swapping
Mac
numbers.
Andrew, we forced him to change numbers. I nearly got Ollie Dempsey to change numbers.
28 to what?
He was going to go to 3,
and then
but then Baz came.
Yeah.
So
There's been a few. I've spoken to
taken
Murphy
pretty
Reid.
serious.
I've spoken to Murphy Reid about it.
Yeah, I've spoken
He'll-
to Murphy Reid as well. 16. I'm not a big 16
It's
man.
David Mundy, but
Yeah.
he will probably change. Lawler, I've spoken to at the draft last year. We all know where that's heading. Smiley, I've spoken to as well. Because Richmond do this dumb thing where they're like, go do this. It's like,
earn your stripes.
shut the fuck up. That was an old thing.
Lots of numbers at the Bombers this year available, I think, aren't
Watson as well, watch his space. He'll go to the 22 because of Luke Bruce.
there? Really?
WTS.
We're gonna.
He loves 34. I mean, you're probably right. You're
No,
probably
no,
right.
I'm just saying he could. I
think
want him to
34
stay.
is
He'll stay at 34 because they're lockers.
With
Connor
Guinea.
McDonald's 31, Guinea's 33.
To be honest,
He's
34 you can make your own. So I'm either happy for him to stay in the 34.
It's a bad number, though.
No, I actually rate it.
What?
Who-
34?
Who else
Yeah.
has been good in 34?
Exactly. Nick Dygan.
Alan Tuvey.
I think that he can make that his own.
Fuck, we're gonna have to have a serious sit down.
Anyway, this is where we get to with these things. And
You
it's,
piqued my interest.
Yeah.
Oh,
So as you can see here, West Coast
You take
has
my
a
spot.
few. Like they've got the 5 available.
Let's save
That's
it.
not to be confused with draft picks. No.
So hang on, but SNL's picked 2.
all right. Wrap us up, Dylan. Because why we need Lincoln here. Lincoln
Melbourne
keeps
have
us on
some
track
really
a little
good
bit.
numbers, which are really important because
They're not
I also
important.
believe as well that
not
number
important.
4, if you misplace that number at your club into the
Oh,
wrong hands,
come on, man.
Dylan,
it sets you up for.
Come on.
we'll save it. We'll
you
save
don't
it.
want you don't want someone that was like at Melbourne at the moment that's sort of half getting a game going. Oh, I'll take number 4. No, you won't, mate. You'll fucking stay where you are.
There'd be a few eyes when they're. Yeah.
Jeez, we've nearly
But
bought, Cal's nearly in.
that'd be a good like sub Reddit podcast about the stories of players who wanted to go higher but weren't allowed.
Let's take this offline.
Yeah, I think,
I've
I
heard a
think
few
we've,
of
You know when I was
we've
in the
hooked him.
Giants that you forgot about? I was 43, and then the next year I nearly went to 44. I went up. Anyway, we're done. Hey, Footy and Friends, Toombs, good on you, mate. Thanks for having me. Thanks for
Cal.
doing all the work you do for us in the AFL media. We love reading your article.
I like that you call me Toombs. Nobody calls me that. Really? No, apart from my good friends. So you're in there.
Is that okay?
Yes, absolutely.
Fantastic.
Well done.
Thank you.
What a,
You
what
just
a
scared
Gary
the
and
fuck out
Tim
of me
call.
then because I was like, have I just called you
Calculating.
the wrong name? All right, let's go.
All right, see you.